we're back with Boxing News with Stephen Thomas. After Shelley's story became public, many students as well as teachers, faculty members, lunch ladies, bag ladies, cashiers, dog walkers, and doctors alike have become more aware of the fact that no one knows how to monitor their pulse properly. Yes, you touch your wrist, but do you know how to do that right? I think not.
Hi guys, it's Shelly. I'm here to show you how you're supposed to properly take your pulse. Well, there's two different names. There's radial pulse and there's carotid pulse. It's in your neck, and you feel up this vein until you feel it right here below your ear, and then you count. You would need second hand on the watch, and for a minute you count, and you kind of just relax, and you feel for a pulse. Now sometimes it can be hard to do, so you got to be really careful, because there are people who I also have a condition called PAC, and that I have a premature complex or chamber in my heart, and so I get like an irregular heartbeat, so it can be a little bit harder. So you have to make sure that you have pretty silent environment so you can concentrate on the counting, and you got to make sure you have an accurate second hand that you can count on, or like a timer or something, and you got to really make sure you have your fingers in the right spot right here. It's not like up here or like down here or anything. It's right here where you can feel the vein, and that's how, or the artery, I'm sorry. Then the second one is called radial pulse, and that is in your wrist. Right here, your wrist, hold your palm up, and you feel the pulse right in this vein, right, or artery. I keep saying vein. Now what a pulse actually is, it's the blood putting pressure against the wall of the arteries and expanding and stuff. But arteriosclerosis is that restriction of blood flow in the arteries. So that's what you gotta watch out for. That's why it's important to take the pulse, because if you feel it's slow, and it's like, once you find your target heart rate and everything, and your target pulse and all that jazz, if you notice that it's too slow or too fast or whatever, that's how I caught my heart attack, because I knew that wasn't normal. Although sometimes it fluctuates, it was extreme. So I definitely knew I needed to do something about it, and that's how I caught my heart attack. So taking a pulse really can save your life, and if you think you're doing it right, you gotta make sure you got the basics down, because it's really simple, but it's absolutely a necessity. Thanks, guys.
Next, we have a segment we like to call School Time. Educational or scandalous. Students in physical education and health classes all over the solar system had no clue how to monitor their pulse. Even in the hallways, you could tell they felt very lost. Nick Kalish is here to tell us about the demanding needs of students to learn about their cardiovascular health more than they have been in school.
Did you also know that studies show that undereducated people are more likely to suffer heart attacks?
Nick.
Here we are with Mr. Nick Kalish at Panera Bread. Nick Kalish is a very close friend of Shelley Reynolds, and he is here to tell us a little bit about what happened when he found out about Shelley's story. Why do you find it important, Nick, to know the basics of this life skill being the skill of pulse monitoring?
I find it important to know how to monitor your own pulse so you can stay safe and healthy.
Nick, how has this story, Shelley's story, affected you and your habits personally? Pulse monitoring, that is.
Personally, Shelley's event has changed my life because I've monitored my health more, so an event like that doesn't happen to me.
Do you learn about pulse monitoring and cardiovascular health in PE and health classes at your school, Nick Kalish?
Honestly, in school, we don't learn much, if any, about cardiovascular health, and I really think we should, because it would be a lot safer.
And how do you think this event being Shelley's event, how do you think this event may have impacted the cardiovascular curriculum of your school's health and PE classes?
Shelley's event may impact schools and how school systems treat cardiovascular monitoring, because I think they will see the impact of how it can save kids' lives.
Nick, what would you like to say to Shelley now that she is fully recovered from her heart attack?
I I think Shelley did a great job in teaching us all how to monitor our own health and pulse.
You heard it here, Panera Bread. That was Nick Kalish. Back to you to the studio. And now, we have Shelley Renna's mother here, Haley Renna, here to answer a few questions about Shelley's injury. Haley, what was your initial reaction when Shelley informed you she was about to have a heart attack?
Well, fear, of course. No one wants to be in that position with their child, but because we're aware of the possibilities with her illnesses, we were prepared.
Did you also know that at least 250,000 people die of heart attacks each year before they reach a hospital?
And Mrs. Renna, what is your knowledge of pulse monitoring?
I've had extensive training being that I'm a nurse and having a daughter with a heart condition. So we learned early on the benefits of knowing how to monitor your pulse rate.
What are you most proud of your daughter for, Haley Renna?
Where do I begin? I'm proud of her for many things, but when it comes to her health, I'm the most proud of her initiative to monitor and record her pulse, and this ultimately saved her life.
Why are you now trying to raise awareness of pulse monitoring and heart health?
We founded the Heart Awareness Organization so we can raise funds for research and education, and hopefully this will save lives.
And what impact do you think Shelley's story will have on this effort of yours?
I believe it will be a positive impact and inspire others to take a more proactive approach to their own health.
You heard it here. That was Mrs. Haley Renna. Back to you at the studio.
Why, that was lovely, Stephen. Fantastic job at interviewing, as usual. For more information about the Less Than 3 Heart Awareness Association that Miss Haley Renna has begun, please go to the following websites. www.thisisnotarealwebsite.org. Don't actually type this into your computer, you doofus.com. Less Than 3 is the numbers 2 and 1 and 0.net. Is coffee good for you or not? Can you please make up your minds? .gov. Boxseat, aka the most awesome news channel ever.net /link to website that has something to do with Less Than 3 /heart.